Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to talk a little bit about hip stability, and I'm going to show you an easy way to assess it at home and then some things that you can do to work on it if you find out that that's something that you need to work on. So one thing that we use in the bridge all the time is that hip or glute bridge. So you're going to start lying on your back with both knees bent. And we're going to start out with both legs on the ground, because what you want to see first is if you have that double leg stability before you try and advance it to a single leg move. So with your arms across your chest, I want you to try and lift those hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing the glutes on your way up. And then from here, just notice if those hips are level. Does one side drop down lower than the other, or are you able to keep those hip bones pretty even? So see if you're able to hold it for about 30 to 60 seconds without either side dropping. Then you're going to move on to the single leg progression. So you're going to take those hips up again, squeezing the glutes, and then with one leg, you're just going to extend it out straight. So from here again, we're looking to see if those hips stay even. You might notice a little bit of a drop, and that's okay. But what you want to look for is that there's not a huge drop or rotation of that hip. And then do the same thing and test the other side. If there's a difference, like maybe you can only hold the right side for 5 seconds, but the left side you're able to do for 15, then one of the first things that you want to do is address that imbalance and even that out. See if you can work your way up to 20 to 30 seconds on either side. Then you want to try and do some things like challenging that base of support with your feet. So when you come up into your bridge, naturally you're about hip width apart. The more narrow you walk those feet in, the smaller the base of support, so the harder it is to stabilize. Then you can try things like walking them out to the side, see if those hips stay level, maybe walking them in closer to the glutes and seeing how they look there, or walking them further out where you might feel a little bit more hamstring action going on. If you notice that in all those positions you're still able to keep the hips relatively stable, then you can progress even further by doing it on something like a foam pad or a Bosu ball, or something where your feet are on something different than the ground, so anything that challenges that stability a little bit further. Now again, you always want to start with the double leg before moving into that single leg, but it's super important to see that those are even, and then if they're not, finding out where those imbalances are. Because addressing those imbalances in something that's super focused and targeted, like those bridges, helps you to carry it out through functional movements like walking, running, anything that you do throughout the day. So another thing that I really like to try out is the ability for you to control those voluntary muscles. So let's go back into that bridge, and then you're going to go back and lift the hips up again, squeezing the glutes, and see from here if you're able to just relax one side. So I'm relaxing my left glute while firing up that right. And then see if you can switch it. So squeeze the left, lift the hips back up and bring them even, and then relax the right and watch that hip lower down a little bit. And the ability to contract and relax those muscles on your own is a huge part of the neuromuscular reeducation that we focus on with therapy. So a lot of times it might be that one muscle is firing stronger than the other, or there's some kind of imbalance that we need to address. And the ability for you to control those contractions from that mind-body connection is super, super important for the rehab process. So try all of those out, see if you notice where you have some instability or where you have some strength deficit, and then find out where you need to start working. The sooner that you address it, the easier the problem will be to solve. Hope that helps some of you guys out. Let me know what you want to see in some future videos, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.